Right, so now that we've learned how to make and add shapes, it's time to start building our robot. So quickly, just to point out, if your shapes have a black outline, so for example, like this one here has a black outline, what we're going to do is we're going to turn that off. So that black outline is what we call a stroke. So to do that, we're going to select our shape. We're going to go over to where it says stroke, and we're going to click this square here. Once we've clicked this square here, we're going to go down to where we see this none or this red line, and we're going to select that. Notice how when we did that, our black border around that line or that shape is now gone. Now that we've turned off our stroke, let's get going on building our antennas. So we've already built an antenna over here in the demo. So we're going to actually repeat that process just over here. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll first grab our ellipse tool. We're going to go ahead. We're going to make our circle. Remember, we're looking for the crosshairs here. Once we have our circle made, I'm going to go ahead and select my polygon tool. Now, instead of clicking and dragging to make the different shapes or then to select the amount of sides I want, I'm simply just going to click once. And see where it says sides here? I want to make sure that I have 3 selected. Once 3 comes up, I'm going to say OK. Next, what I'm going to do is just get the size right. So I'm going to line this up on the bottom. Now what I'm going to do is just drag the right side in until I think it's about the right size. Once I have the right size here, I'm good to go to move on to this rectangle. To do the rectangle, I'm going to go back over to my shape tool. I'm going to click and hold, and I'm going to grab my rectangle. And then to start my rectangle, I'm going to select this top section, drag, and there we go. So now I have my top antenna done here, okay? I also need to add this rectangle here, so I'm going to just do that real quick. Perfect. So now his hat and antenna here is done, and I need to add them over to the sides here as well. To do that, what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to click, hold, and drag with my selection tool, which is the top tool here. And I'm going to hit Command C and Command V. And what that's going to do is copy and paste that there for me. So now all I have to do is rotate it into place. I'm going to hold Shift and rotate. And that way I know that it is at 90 degrees. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to hit Command V, and I have my third one, and I'm going to hold Shift. I'm going to go out to the top right here where I see my angles, and I'm going to rotate that 90 degrees and pop that into place. Now again, to rotate those, once I select and Command C and Command V, what I'm going to do is hover to that corner till I see these 2 arrows pointing in each direction in a curve. That means when I click and drag, it's going to rotate it. Now, if I hold Shift, notice how it locks into a 45-degree angle, and it will also do the same at a 90-degree angle. So by holding Shift, you'll know that your image or your object that you're trying to move around is in fact lined up at either 90, 45, or 180 degrees. Now we got our antennas done. Let's go ahead and start working on his face.